Hey YouTube, I just want to give a salute to everybody and say thank you. The other day I reached 1,000. We did, anyway. So I thank each and every one of you. Respect. You know, I was on Quora. That's where I started. And there's people on there wanting me to start on doing YouTube. And I didn't want to at first, but finally I did. And I'm glad I did, you know. But this is not about me. This is about keeping our youth out of prison and telling the ones who got out of prison that they can make it. You know, they just can't give up. If you, I noticed that a lot of people, they like channels from where they're from, you know, and a lot of people said that they're glad I started a channel here in Missouri. One person was wondering why there wasn't any in Montana or Wyoming. I don't know, and maybe there is and I just don't know about it. But wherever you are, the message is the same, you know. There's people like me, and some are doing a better job at it than me, of getting the message out, you know, trying to keep our youth out of prison. Like Chad from Blood on the Razor Wire, Jay Williams and Let's Live Life, KingDomi. All these people, they're trying to help people. They're trying to get a message out there. And yeah, you know, some of it we do for entertainment, you know, but my main purpose is, and people like Chad and Jay, Domi, I know their main purpose is to help people and educate people, keep people out. So I thank each and every one of you for, you know, subscribing. If you know of somebody that's headed for trouble, show them a video from one of the, you know, it doesn't have to be mine, it can be somebody else's, you know. Have them look at this stuff, you know, watch some of these videos. Maybe it'll get them headed on the right path, you know. And that's what we want, you know. So a big thank you out to each and every one of you. And I give you a fist bump if I could, but I can't. This is the best I can do. Excuse me. So I've been talking to some people around my community, young people. Not very many, but a few. But I'm going to try to reach out for more, because, you know, I care about our youth. I remember when I first went to prison, I was 18 when I got to Missouri State Penitentiary, and all these old heads was just shaking their head, saying, wow, you're just a kid. It's getting, you guys are getting younger every day coming in here. That really didn't hit me until years later. I guess it was around 2014, 2015, a couple of years before I got out. The people were coming to prison that were born in the late 90s. And I was just like, to me that wasn't that long ago, you know, at that time. And I just couldn't believe it. You was born in the late 90s? That means that your parents were probably just kids when I went to prison. young kids. And then when I got my level dropped and I went to a lower level prison, I met a guy from my hometown. He was 11 when I went to prison. I didn't even recognize him because he was an adult. The only reason he recognized me is because I look like my brother. Or everybody says I do. And that's another thing. I went to prison protecting my brother. So, respect to all who protect their families. That's not what I'm talking about when I'm talking about people going to prison. Sometimes, if it's for a good cause, I'll salute you for it. I'm talking about the people who are messing up. You know, throwing their lives away, hurting their families, causing pain and suffering to not only people they may be victimizing, but their own families. My family was very hurt. It pained them to see me in prison, you know. And to come up there and see me, oh, they was glad to see me, you know, coming up there. But when they had to leave, the pain, you could see it in their face. See it in the face of my mother, my father, and my brother. It tore them up. And I don't want to see anybody go through that. Friends. And that's another thing. Many of your friends, you think are friends, you go to prison, they forget about you. You say, oh, that won't happen to me. They'll ride with me till the wheels fall off. Maybe one or two of them. I had one or two of them, you know, a few of them. Most of them, though, stopped writing after a while, stopped visiting. Maybe once in a while they'd ask my family how I was doing. But it was outside of mind until I got out of prison. And then I went back to my hometown. I went back to the farm that I grew up on. But I went back to the hometown too. Then they was all coming around like I'd never even left. Fair-weather friends, you know, those who, you know, it's out of sight, out of mind type thing. You don't want to go through that. It's not just about going to prison and doing time. Dealing with the guards, dealing with other people in the yard, maybe having to fight. Same people day in, day out. It's more than that. It's missing birthdays. It's missing weddings. It's missing watching your brother grow up. Or, you know, growing up with him. My brother was 14 and I was 17 when I went to prison. And even the family of the guy shot, I want to say something about that. Those guys, that family does not believe that he was like that he was that type of monster. And I can't fault them for that. You know, who wants to believe that about their own relative, you know, their own brother, sister, you know, father, whatever. Nobody wants to believe that. So I'm not faulting them. And they was in pain too. But I had to protect my brother. Nobody believed me. Nobody believed that he was the monster he was. I mean, not my brother, but the guy that was, abusing him. So I took matters in my own hand. And, you have people nowadays saying, playing these video games, and they're thinking it's, watching these movies and thinking it's cool, shoot somebody, Oh, that's just movies and games. It's a different story when you have to do it in real life. There's not a day that goes by I don't think about it. Anyway, I got off track. All you guys and women who subscribe, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Let's get this message out here. Let's share, not just mine, but others that are doing the same thing. Let's keep our youth out of prison. Thank you.